Hello, viewers, and welcome to today's edition, the Health Center with Ozion at Kunye. Yes, today I'll be bringing you the topic hyperthyroidism, and here is your host and regular anchor, Ozion the Expressionist. Hyperthyroidism is a disease that affects our thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is situated here is a butterfly-shaped gland that is found at the interior part of the neck. If you have seen people who have the swelling on their neck that looks this way and doesn't really cause look so the skin is just like the normal skin of the body, but it now grows out like this. Most of those, because it might be other conditions that cause the person, but most of those, especially the one that comes from here, is called goiter. And that goiter is a product of this particular gland. This manifests when there is excess iodine in the person. Yeah, because iodine is a very major content of this particular gland, and the gland controls a whole lot of activities in our body, especially the metabolism. Yeah, a whole lot of activities, the energy, the weight, temperature, hair management, a lot of activities, even sugar level, so many things. Yes, this does not mean that there are no other particular organ or hormone that controls all those, but this is an organ that takes care of so many things that it looks after. So with this, a lot of things could happen to your body when you have problem there. And that is why it needs to be treated whenever there is a problem there. Now, if someone have this hyperthyroidism, what has the person done to get it? The person may not have done anything. Yes, because hyperthyroidism is majorly caused by autoimmune reaction. Autoimmune reaction in the sense that your immunity tries to fight when there is a certain kind of sensation or distortion by it, and it fights at this particular place that such that it begins to destroy the gland, and there is a kind of an outflow or profuse flow of the immune of the gland of the hormone that is there. And what hormone are we talking about? This hormone is known as the T3 and T4 for short. The T3 being triiodothyroxine and T4 being the thyroxine. Yes, these two hormones are what actually makes up the thyroid gland. There is another hormone there, the thyroid gland, and that hormone is called the calcitonin. Yeah, the calcitonin. The calcitonin, which helps in the controlling of calcium. When your calcium is high in the blood, it begins to signal to the body to ensure that this goes low. Yeah. The other one that controls the calcium, we know where it is. That one is at the parathyroid gland. Parathyroid gland is behind that one is four-shaped, behind the thyroid at the back of the neck. That one is the parathyroid hormone. But we are focusing on the thyroid gland for now because that's the problem that causes hyperthyroidism, the way it happens. So this hyperthyroidism, when it happens to somebody, what do you see? A lot of symptoms comes to play. You see the person have even bulging eyes, see the person having kind of tremor, see the person having, tremor to some extent because the person becomes hyper. But what is major there is the person has high heat. Yeah, heat intolerance. The person equally have thin hair, brittle nails, and a whole lot of symptoms that you can see here. When it becomes in excess, that's even where you begin to see that kind of tremor, kind of exostomus, the eye bulging. This, and in that case, it's called a Graves' disease. Yeah, it's a kind of a complication of this disease. So there are other things that can still cause this besides the autoimmune condition. What you call the thyroiditis, inflammation there, which is equally something linked to that autoimmune. The other one is excess iodine intake. How do you take excess iodine? There are some kind of fishes you might, sorry, there are some kind of food you might eat or medications. Let me go specifically to medication. There is this medication used to treat arrhythmia, amiodarone. That's a very high iodine content. And if your body is not able to tolerate iodine so much and you're taking this, such action will come up. Then we talk about iodine, salt. Of course, that's what the part of food we eat. There are some food that have iodine. That's why some salt specify that this is not iodine containing salt. So these make the body, especially those body that don't have good tolerance for iodine, to have excess production of this hormone, and the whole manifestations begin. So how do you manage this kind of situation? You have to manage this situation by ensuring that you go to your doctor so that you begin to take treatment. There are certain medications that are used for this. And this, I will not forget, is a disease that is most commonly in women. Yes. Why women? That is so. There are things we cannot explain so completely why they are, but I believe it is hormonal. So it is actually more in women, and women who suffer this, some of them are pregnant. And when you are pregnant, there are certain medications you may not be able to take, because if you take them, they cause you a lot of complications, especially if you're unborn child. Certain medication like the metmazole, it is being taken. Maybe your doctor might be able to know how to recommend it to you, but I advise you, there are other medications. There is a propel ultracell also taken to get this, to tame this production of iodine. And another thing that could be done is the surgery. There's surgery, and there is equally radioactive iodine that is used to take. But these things have their side effect that you have to really advise the patient, advise whoever is taking this, and equally the relatives, to be able to abstain from or distance and whatever that they need. This, until then, you should be able to get from your doctor. But for now, know that there is treatment to this, and when this surgery is done and is excised, then the person would have to be on supplemental or rather supplemental hormonal medications for life, so that you don't just say that you don't have this and you're not producing this. So this, in a wrap up, thyroid exacerbation will cause you a lot of diseases, and even heart problem. Yes, majorly heart problems, and a whole lot. So you wouldn't like to see this condition, but all you need to do is to know that this condition is treatable, and you have to do what you need to do at the earlier stage. I'll display the signs and symptoms here, the treatment here, and every other thing you need to know. Please ask questions on the comment section, and I'll be there with you. Remember, one family, Kunye family. Here is your health and medical center. We are here to help ensure that you and I get the best knowledge about our health. See you some other time.